Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $2.12. It was a green day for XRP. And you know, everybody thought today would be a continuation of the dump that was happening. But now it looks like we're starting to level out. Maybe we'll start to break upward from here. Maybe the Head and Shoulders is canceled. And you are wondering why I'm so bullish. Analyst targets XRP to $8.50, $13.70, and $27. The $27 price point is the one that I'm sticking to in this run. That price point has been around for quite a long time. But you know, now when you see these articles, they don't just give you one price prediction, they give you multiple price predictions. This way, later when XRP tops out at $13.70, which I don't think is going to happen, they will still be right. And that's why I said nobody can call what's going to happen. XRP to hit $15, bold forecast promises 512% gains, but critics say calm down. You know, there's a lot of critics out there when it comes to the price of XRP. Bitcoin maxis, they don't even want to believe XRP can reach double digits. They want to make sure that XRP does not flip Bitcoin's market cap. They don't ever want to see that happen. That's the worst thing that can ever happen to a Bitcoin maxi, because that ends everything. That ends all the arguments. One and done. If we take the number one spot, that ends it all. But there's a lot of people in the XRP community that also don't believe XRP can hit these price points. Why is that? I always said, I'm never going to tell you that different price points can't happen for XRP, because I've watched this cryptocurrency do some crazy things in the past. Back in 2017, 2018, nobody could have predicted XRP reaching $3.84. Yet it happened. Now there's a lot of price predictions out there, and I think XRP could possibly prove everybody wrong. You know, a lot of big things are lining up for this cryptocurrency. But let's get back to price predictions. And Rowan Exchange put out a great post earlier today. XRP price predictions may be frustrating, but they serve a purpose. They reflect market sentiment and enthusiasm, something that institutions quietly monitor. Price predictions don't move markets, but they can influence markets by serving as indicators for where the market wants to go, especially during bearish times like now. It's a vibe check for institutions. No institution would offer XRP products and services if analysts revealed a lack of enthusiasm. This is precisely how Bitcoin reached prices that once seemed impossible. Retail enthusiasm, initially dismissed as hype, got ahead of institutions. Retail believed it, institutions achieved it. Same thing will happen for XRP, because the institutions, you already see the massive demand for an XRP ETF. And as I've said many times on here, XRP is a long-term investment. If you accept that, then price predictions shouldn't frustrate you. But I understand and would advise Moon Boys that XRP is not going to moon overnight. Suggesting such is ridiculous and insensitive. I don't know if I agree or don't agree with that overnight prediction, because we have a lot of people now saying that the price of XRP is already set. And once the banks come out of the testing phase and go live with XRP, that price will be revealed like an overnight event, and it's in the thousands. It all comes down to what you want to believe. I always said XRP will have gradual upward movement with a spike here and there to higher price points as more and more institutions continue to onboard. But there's a lot of predictions out there for a $10,000 XRP. And believe it or not, Rowan Exchange made one of those predictions. I'll talk more about that in another video. But the reason I wanted to show you this is that's why price predictions are important. I dismiss them because nobody could call this market, and I know that. But it is important to keep people going. It keeps people positive along the way. 3 reasons to load up on XRP before April ends, and 1 reason to wait. So the 3 reasons are: a big regulatory risk is now diffused. There's no regulatory risk for XRP going forward. A key set of catalysts is coming closer. The end of the case being announced by the SEC and the ETFs. All eyes are on the ETFs because they're waiting for that institutional wave of money to show up in this space. Tech upgrades will continue to attract the right users. They're always making upgrades to the XRP ledger, and that brings a lot of builders on board as well. But the reason to wait is the trade war concerns, and of course the tariffs as well. And today's the big day. Is XRP going to have a major crash? Is the entire crypto space going to crash under the weight of tariffs? Or is that already priced in to crypto? And do we go higher? We are soon about to find out. And there's a good chance that the market already stabilized ahead of the big news of the tariffs going live. We really don't know. Top software engineer says XRP price is a no-brainer. Risk-reward ratio is unheard of. But he goes on to talk about why XRP, it seems like it's being held back. So Vincent Van Code said, he touched on the idea that XRP is poised to break free from the grip of major players in the crypto market. Specifically, he cited Bitcoin, Binance, and Tether, whom he referred to as the mafia holding back XRP. He speculates that once XRP breaks away from these forces, its price could skyrocket, making it a potentially game-changing investment for those who act early. However, he acknowledged that the market could see a significant downturn before XRP takes off. And he's right. The biggest problem right now is that we are still following Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, in my opinion, is being heavily manipulated right now. When we decouple from Bitcoin, and I think that's going to happen with utility and use case and even regulations, I think that's when XRP will finally show its true price. And that is coming closer now. You could see it coming. There's a lot of problems with Tether, and we all know Tether is propping up Bitcoin. This comes from Sol. For the record, XRP just closed its 4th consecutive monthly candle above its previous highest ever monthly close, $1.99 in 2017. So even when you're watching XRP break down, it is still very bullish going forward from here. And you see the massive green candles back in 2017, 2018. If that repeats, we are looking at a 3-digit XRP. And that's why I said, you know, the price predictions are one thing, but reality is something else. And the reality is there's a good chance that XRP is going to shock a lot of people in the short term during alt season. And this comes from Pierce's Technology. The number of people requesting testnet XRP on the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain Discord in the last 24 hours is insane. What are you building? I just announced this went live yesterday, and already it's gaining a lot of momentum. A lot of people are anxious to start building on the XRP Ledger now. And this is going to bring a lot of value to XRP over time. Ripple has minted 50 million RLUSD tokens in a single day. This is the largest mint so far. What is Ripple preparing for? I might know what's going to happen. The U.S. House and Senate are aligning their respective stablecoin regulation bills. Significant technical collaboration has occurred with regulatory agencies. So we are on the verge of stablecoin regulations in the United States. And is Ripple preparing for when Tether gets booted out of the United States? Because there's no way Tether is passing these regulations. And look what's going on in Europe. Binance halts USDT spot trading in Europe to comply with MiCA rules, but users can still trade in perpetual contracts. You know, if Tether cannot pass MiCA regulations, it is not going to pass US stablecoin regulations also. Maybe Ripple is minting enough RLUSD to take up Tether's slack once they boot Tether out of the US. That's what I think is going on. This is also going to benefit USDC as well. I want to see where this goes from here. But stablecoin regulations are absolutely coming. And everybody knows, you know, that is the future. Once we have stablecoins, all of a sudden you're going to have yield-bearing stablecoins. The US is going to shift towards a digital dollar stablecoin, which I think is already RLUSD. But like I told you at the beginning of this video, today was a green day leading in to tomorrow, which is tariff day. It's good that we started moving upward leading into that, because if a major sell-off happens in crypto and we dip down, maybe we still hold above $2. Or maybe it's already priced in. Maybe it'll turn bullish for crypto. We really don't know yet. But so far, tariffs have not been good for crypto up until now. Maybe things will turn around. But I wanted to touch on price predictions and show you why they're important and why you see them every single day. I share those articles with you and those predictions because I want to give you an idea on what people are thinking day to day. Especially on red days, you'll see a lot of price predictions out there. And I think it's to get people through the dip. That's the same reason I'm always positive about XRP, because I want to get through the dip with all of you, because I know the exciting times are right around the corner, and we're going to experience those times together. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.